Hi, everyone. I wanted to shoot a short video for you today to really emphasize the significance of some of what we're experiencing right now. And I'm going to focus right now on what's happening this weekend, but really the ramifications of this are many months and even years longer than that. So I want to emphasize here that there is all of these different planets that are showing up right on the Pisces-Aries cusp. And so we are in Aries season right now. The sun is in Aries, but you can also see that the North Node and Saturn are still in Pisces. Neptune, as of today, is still in Pisces, but is going to be moving into Aries in just a couple of days. And we also have Venus and Mercury that are there. And so there's just really a lot going on right now. And I want to unpack it for you a little bit more. But just to say, in a broad picture, that we have had Venus and Mercury in particular retrograding back and forth between the different gates right at the end of Pisces and right at the beginning of Aries. And then, like I said, Neptune's going to be moving into Aries, but then it's going to retrograde back. Saturn's going to move into Aries, but then it's going to retrograde back before it goes forward. So there's a lot of kind of back and forthing that we have. And this is such an important part of the astrological wheel because it is the end of the astrological year, right? Which happens every year at the end of Pisces. It happens every year at the Aries equinox. And then we enter into 0 degrees of Aries, which is known as the creator point, which is like the launch pad for the new year. So that happens every single year. But this year it's different because Neptune is right there, that it's going to be leading us into a whole new era, Neptunian era of Neptune in Aries. And we also have all of these other planets, like I said, that are doing this little dance. So let's take a look at what's happening right here at the Aries new moon, which is happening on Saturday, the 29th. So we've got the moon, the sun and the moon. They're always together at a new moon, right? It's why you can't see the moon because it's right there with the sun. And they're in the gate 17. The gate 17 is the gate of opinions. And so this can be a little bit of a challenging energy where the sun and the moon are. It's great to have a point of view. I think it's vital that we do have a point of view, that we have a perspective on the world, and that we're willing to kind of stand up for what we believe in. But we want to watch out for the energy of opinions because opinions tend to be foisted on other people. Right? Tend to foist our opinions. And so what we want to be able to do is express our point of view, but without attachment. Right? We want to be able to stand strong from our hearts and speak about what's true for us. Like for me, I am a big advocate of the new world energies that are coming in now that have to do with equitability and compassion and caring, community and personal sovereignty, and all the dances that we need to do in order to make those different kinds of energies really work together in a compatible and synergistic way. That's something if you've been on my channel, you've heard me talk about that for a long time. And yet I'm also unattached to what is going on with other people, what is going on outside of me. And I'm just standing firm in my own convictions with the energy open in my heart. So for you, what is it that you really stand firm in your convictions? And what is it that you want to seed for yourself? Because remember, this is a new moon and it's happening right here at the beginning of Aries. And so you can seed for this lunation, but really you're going to be seeding for this whole astrological year when you do that. And like I said, we're in this dance with all of these different planets that are asking us over and over again, what are we dissolving? What is Neptune in Pisces dissolving? What is Pisces dissolving? What are we letting go of? What is it that we can shed, from our own belief systems, from our emotions that have been stuck and stagnant, the old traumas we can be letting go of, getting the energy moving in our physical bodies so that we can be letting go of stagnation, which is, kind of typical in the wintertime, but we are in a cosmic upgrade. And so this is going beyond what we just do kind of every year in springtime. It's kind of like the mega spring for shedding what is no longer working for us. Then we also have Mercury, Venus, and Neptune lighting up the gate 25. Now, the gate 25 is one of those gates that straddles two astrological signs. So it's both in Pisces and also in Aries. And so it's an interesting gate. It's known as the gate of spirit or the love of spirit. It's on the G center and it's individual circuitry. So it's here to be different. It's here to bring change. And the 25 is really asking us, like, how is our spiritual life? Are we tuning into cosmic consciousness? Are we aligning our individual will with divine will? Are we surrendering the old identities that no longer work for us? I know just with the last eclipse that we had, the lunar eclipse that happened a couple of weeks ago, I had a whole area of unconsciousness that I became aware of that I was like, wow. I mean, I kind of knew it was there, but it really became evident to me in a whole new way. And this is what can happen with an eclipse. And of course, this new moon is also a partial solar eclipse. So, looking at what has been holding you back from fully stepping into your spiritual essence, what has been holding you back from devoting yourself to a deeper spiritual life? What is it that has been in your way, or ways that you've been putting a bushel over your sun, right? A shadow over your sun. And how can you release that so that you can be shining your light out into the world and having it come from your heart? Because that 25 is right here in the G center. So opening that up even more. And we know that part of what's happening right now is the awakening of the heart of humanity. Some are calling it a sacred heart. Some are talking about the cosmic heart. There's lots of different aspects to this. But just in simple terms, to know that our heart is really the highest of our soul qualities. It's love, it's compassion, it's generosity, it's caring. And this is what we're moving into right now. And Mercury is helping it give voice to it. Venus is saying, where's our divine feminine energy in this? And Neptune, of course, is dissolving away the resistance that we've had to really being the spiritual beings that we're here to be. And then we also have the North Node and Saturn right now in the gate 36. And oh my goodness, the gate 36 has been lit up most of the fall. And now the North Node is here all the way, I think it's July. Saturn is there. And then in the month of April, we're going to have 4 planets in the gate 36 pretty much all month. So the 36 is super, super lit up. And the 36 is on the emotional solar plexus. And it is known as chaos in traditional human design. So it can be chaotic. It can be, kind of like this, but it's also the ability to explore new horizons, to step into new possibilities. But in order to do that, we're burning away the patterns of the past. We can see this all over what's happening in the astrology right now, is we're burning away the patterns of the past. And so here we have the North Node with Saturn is coming in and saying, what do we need to let go of, right? So that we can really move forward into our collective destiny, because the North Node is about our personal destiny, but then also our collective destiny. So we're here burning away the dross, burning away things from past lives in our soul journey, and also from our ancestral traditions. For example, I just did a reading with a woman who told me that she was really purposely burning away some of the ancestral legacy about the way women have been disempowered in her lineage. And she's like, that ends with me. I am going to be empowered in my life. I've already been empowered in my life, but I'm going to have a new energy around that now and a new purpose of that. So you can be looking for that in your own ancestral lineage. If there are things that you're just like, this ends with me, because this is part of the time that we're in, is the ability to really release the patterns of the past, not just our individual life, but our lineage and also our soul journey from the other lives. It's part of the reason that it's so intense right now, and why we keep having more and more opportunities to be releasing more and more of the resistance, more of the trauma, more of the ways that we got attached to certain survival strategies when we've been in the age of empire, which has been violent. It's been coercive. Absolutely. So we know that we needed a lot of survival strategies while we were in this age of empire, where authoritarianism really reigned supreme for many, many centuries, millennia even. And yet this is exactly what we're evolving out of. And so for you to be looking at what is it, like, I know I've had to let go of some serious self-judgment that came up for me, that came out of my past lives. This sense of being disempowered, this sense of being a failure, this sense of having something wrong with me, that were all things that I adopted in other lives because it was what I needed to do to survive at the time. So for you, you have such an important and potent time that you can be leaning into right here. And all of these planets in the gate 25 and in the 36 are going to be supporting you with this. And while we're going through this eclipse, right? This eclipse, you're going to be supercharged around this to be able to see the unconsciousness that you haven't seen before. It's going to pop up if you're willing to see it. So a really good thing for you to be doing over the course of this weekend is to be journaling, to be doing meditation, to be connecting with trusted friends who are also interested in their own evolution, and are also engaged on their own spiritual journey in a really powerful way, and also to be listening to guides and angels that you have, that you work with, and also any of the the channels and the psychics and the astrologers that are bringing through even more understanding about this time, whatever it is that calls to you. I do think it's really important for you to be tuning inside primarily. And what if you are tuning in to guides or angels or other psychics or teachers, to always be running it through your own system and be like, does this resonate for me or not? Only take what really resonates for you. That's true with anything I say too. Only take what resonates with you. Let the rest go. If it's relevant, it'll come back and it'll come into your awareness at a later time. So give yourself the blessing really of your own attention over the course of this week. And then one of the big pieces of news right now is Neptune is moving from Pisces into Aries on Sunday. And so this is all happening in the gate 25. So it's not going to exit the gate 25. But the way that I really think about this, so Neptune in human design is one of our major spiritual themes. And sometimes they're pretty unconscious because, like I said, Neptune is kind of in the unconscious or the subconscious, in our dream state, in the astral realm. And so Neptune is helping us tap into that. But sometimes what Neptune is in our charts we can be a little unconscious about it. So here we're moving out of Piscean energy, which is more of the unconscious. And we're moving into Aries, where our dreams get legs, they get feet, because Aries is all about action. Aries is like, how am I going to take all of that I have been exploring in my subconscious, that I've been exploring through my dreams, and then how am I going to bring it down onto the earth plane, give it legs, and have it be active in my life? And Neptune in Aries is also going to help us to mitigate the more challenging aspects of Aries, because Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars was really co-opted in the Roman Empire as the god of war. Mars doesn't inherently have to have that, but we've been living with Mars as the god of war for a few thousand years now. But Mars is also being able to be rehabilitated right now in his journey with Pluto. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole nother video. But just to say that our experience of Aries, I believe, can be really changing during this time. And also with Neptune coming in and saying, let's bring in the love as well. Because Aries can be a tremendous ally to all of us when we are able to access and activate and embody whatever it is that's going on with Aries from our hearts. Okay, from our hearts, and not from our spleen center, which is where the fears live, right? And we're going to have a lot of splenic energy moving through in April. So it's good for us to be really releasing those fears that we have so that we can be in our hearts and using that Aries energy to help bring through and create this new world that we are so much longing for. So I hope that you will give yourself some time this weekend to really be working with these energies yourself. Not that you need to be mental about it or to be analytical or rational about it. This is a great time to be spending time in nature. Like I said, to be doing any journaling for yourself or meditation. Also, artwork, painting, drawing, working with shape or color, collaging, whatever it might be, singing songs, creating songs, writing songs, letting your creative part out to help you to really integrate and make use of the energies that are coming through. It's a potent time, my friends. And the bottom line is self-care. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and as much as you can, be willing to receive the benefits that are coming your way right now. All right. Have a great weekend. Just know on Monday morning, Venus is rising as the morning star, helping to create a whole new cycle for us with the divine feminine. So we've got a lot in front of us. Make the best of it. I hope that you will come back and leave a comment for me. I would love to hear how this lands for you. And of course, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're enjoying what you're receiving on my channel. All right, my friends, many blessings, much love. Until the next time.